Should be good now. Just loading up.
Let's see. Looking. Don't see it yet. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Let me see. Click on that.
All right.
Okay. We are live. All right. Now let's see if I can unmute this. Can you hear me right now? Gotta unmute this. Testing, testing. All right. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Let's make sure I ain't getting any feedback here. How y'all doing today? This is Curtis Ramsey of the Urban Mastermind University. I'm here with my better half, Tina Ramsey, and special guest, Ryan McCrary. He's here. I'm going to share this to a couple of groups, and we can get started in a second. Excuse me, we had a couple technical difficulties trying to stream on Facebook, but we were able to get through. So that's a good thing. Can't stop it. Can't stop it. Knowledge is out there. Okay, so yeah, we have special guest Ryan. He has his book, Mind Over Money. It's a great book, How to Think Like an Investor and Take Care of Business First. So if you don't have your copy, you can go to mindovermoneybook.com. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct. Yep.
And if you like me and you want it next day or a couple of days, go to Amazon, pick it up. They said it was gonna come Monday, but it came Saturday. So I definitely got my read on. And so you might be wondering, okay, if you haven't heard of him, who is Ryan? I'm just gonna read about the author so y'all can get up to speed. And those who attendees, thank you for jumping in. If you have any questions, you can put it in the Q&A section, and we'll definitely get to it. But Ryan, who is he? Is a serial entrepreneur and former licensed securities agent. He received a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology from Temple University in 2011. After receiving his bachelor degree, Ryan worked at Prudential Financial. He worked directly with annuities and then transitioned to a role as an investor professional with the Vanguard Group. After over 5 years of experience in the finance industry, he decided to leave corporate America in order to deal with some of the economic issues within the African American community. He is currently the owner and CEO of McCrary Financial Solutions, LLC, a digital consulting company whose mission is to provide economic solutions for the African American community. He is also an investor and recently opened the McCraryFinancialSchool.com, an online financial literacy institution designed to start a trend of financial intelligence and academic excellence. Did I miss anything?
No, you summed it up pretty good.
That's great. That's great. So I'm pretty sure the audience wants to know what's going on with you. Why are you on this journey, and what's your cause?
Sure, absolutely. So like you said, I did attend Temple University, have a bachelor's degree in sociology. So I didn't go to school for finance, business, anything like that. So after college, I was looking for a job in my field, like social services field, social work, something like that. But most of the jobs you needed experience or you needed a master's degrees, and I didn't have either one. So the first job, like you read, was Prudential Financial, because they didn't care if you didn't have a degree in finance or stuff like that, because they would train you on the job. So all my training came on the job, and then I went for a company called Vanguard. So that was my first introduction into the financial world. So I got my securities licenses, Series 7, Series 63. I learned about stocks and bonds and mutual funds, and I really seen the simplicity of it. So, people that never worked in the industry, never dealt with stocks directly, never dealt with multi-million-dollar clients, they think like I did is a misconception that number one, you need a lot of money to invest in the stock market. And number two, that it's just a lot of work. You know what I mean? The process is a lot longer than people think. And me just actually working in the industry, I've seen that it's really simple. As much money as African Americans spend on entertainment or vacations or blowing money every year on income tax, we could buy stocks with that. We could buy mutual funds with that. We could put it in our IRA or 529 plans for our children. So that's what I just seen working there. And I seen the disconnect between that and in our community. But then working there for some years, you get tired of corporate America. You know, you're trying to get those promotions and you get denied the promotions. You come and work early, you stay late, and it's still not enough. So, you know, I seen it as opportunity to just go out on my own, take a leap of faith, and just get back to my community at the same time.
Cool, cool. And you're a young brother, and you able to catch that early. You know, a lot of time people get up to in their 50s, 60s, and realize, hey, my life passed me by, and I realize I'm not happy. I'm not at a place where I want to be yet. So I have a question for you. So your homies, when you got this epiphany, when you was like, hey, I got to do something. What was the feedback with them, homies, family members?
Yeah, it was it's interesting because I'll be like, what family members, a lot of them don't understand. So you know, you look at it and you say, okay, you went to college, you got a degree, you got that corporate job, you got good benefits, you got a 401k, everything like that. Why would you ever want to leave that? What would make you want to leave that? You're comfortable, you know what I mean? You're in a good environment. So family members, honestly, they just didn't understand that, especially older family members. They don't understand what's going on social media. They don't understand that I'm going on Instagram. I'm seeing people making 10, 20, 30,000 a month just from Instagram, just from selling products and services. So, you know, as all this is going on, the world's changing. And, you know, with the older generations, they still don't know fully what this whole social media thing is about. You know what I mean? They really don't understand Facebook Live and stuff like that. They really don't understand all the opportunities that exist out there. So it was very difficult. You know, just trying to explain to them, you know, trying to go out on my own. And also, I don't come from an entrepreneurial family. You know what I mean? I come from a family of, you know, you work your job 40 years, you retire, you get your pension, you get your 401k. None of my family members are really entrepreneurs. So it definitely was hard, you know, trying to relay that message. You know, now a couple of years later, they see some of the success I've had. You know, they see a book out, they see me doing different things, speaking at different events. But it was definitely hard in the beginning. And then with, you know, as far as my friends, like homies, you know, a lot of things happened. A lot of homies that were real close with me at the time, but aren't homies no more. You know what I mean? And some of my homies that were my closest, that's still my closest, that we still talk all the time, that ain't nothing changed. But yeah, it definitely, you know, business will definitely separate, you know, a lot of people. Like I said, I had people that I were very, very close with. As soon as I started my business, they want to start their business. Then they think they're in competition with you. And it's like, yo, we're not in competition. You know what I mean? Like they see you on Facebook and you post something on Facebook, they think you're talking about them. I'm like, so you know what I mean? Like you know, it's that could be a different discussion. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, it's definitely been a great journey, and I wouldn't change anything.
Right. And once you get that entrepreneur bug, it's like you get real excited, and you know you want to grab as many people as you can to show them, hey, this opportunity right here. And a lot of times you get resistant. You know, oh, that's voodoo. You know, that's a scam. It's, you know, it's this and that. And really, I think, you know, we're brainwashed to think you just got to do your 40 hours. You know, hope and pray your 401k is there when you retire and stuff. But there's so much opportunities. You know, so I want to know. I'll tell you my story, but I want to know your. Well, I'll tell you my story first. Was mentorship. You know, following successful people, like you said, social media. That's your big brother and stuff. And I wish when I was younger that I had access to social media like it is now. Because I had the entrepreneur bug. I was at the work selling grilled cheese sandwiches and potato chips. I was the one at school selling Snicker bars and candy and stuff like that. But I didn't have that mentorship or to see somebody else ahead of me showing me what to do. Did you have that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you said that because, like you said, I had that opportunity. I just started my business 2 years ago. So being able to get on social media and see what Dr. Boyce Watkins was talking about, or see what other entrepreneurs that I like talking about, see what Damon John's talking about, whatever the case may be, that definitely made it a lot easier. Because people have to realize you don't have to know someone for them to be a mentor. You can follow someone to be part of their tribe and read their books and everything like that, attend different events and trainings. That don't mean you have to necessarily know the person. A lot of people think your mentor, you have to know the person. And that's just something that I realize, like all the people that I see in that space, like my top entrepreneurs that I follow, like Dr. Boyce Watkins, Lamar Tyler, who's great in the online space, people like Gary Vee, Russell Brunson, all the, Damon John, all the Tony Robbins, Les Brown, like those are the people that I see as like motivation, inspire me. And with YouTube, Facebook Live, Instagram, LinkedIn, I don't have to personally know them. I can go and follow, watch the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, see if there, any events coming in my city. Follow them on Twitter and stuff like that, and then possibly connect with them. Because some of the people I just mentioned, now I know personally, now I've done business with, now I can connect with, and social media gives that opportunity as opposed to like in the past. You wouldn't have been able to just follow those people or get easy access to them. Now someone's just a DM away or a Facebook message away or an email away, as opposed to before, there were those gatekeepers. So a person I look up to, Lamar Tyler, he has a book called The Gatekeepers Are Gone and talks about how social media removed the gatekeepers. Now, if you want to put an album out, you don't have to ask an executive. You can go on Tidal or Spotify or iTunes and put it out directly. If I want to write a book, I don't have to ask someone to publish it. I can go on Create Space and I can get it published by myself. I don't have to ask anybody. So
Right.
social media definitely creates that opportunity, which definitely didn't exist in the past.
Right. And I'm glad you brought up creative space because a book just came today. This is my wife's book right here.
Oh, okay.
It's spelling for active learners. She just she's a publisher now. She went through creative space.
Yeah.
With
Nice.
partner Chantel. They did a book for well, Tina, I'll let you explain.
Well, it's a book for children that learns differently. Many times in the public school platform, as soon as a child moves around, it's a problem. They don't embrace it. Everybody don't learn the exact same way. Some children, especially those who think with the right side of their brain, they need visual stimulation, they need pictures, they need active movement in order to engage and understand the information and for it to cement in their brain. So due to my son's unique learning style and one of her children's unique learning style, we came up with this idea to finally give children that have learning differences a platform in which they can excel because it's designed specifically for them and encouraging them to move while they learn and stop telling them, be still, be still. No, move some more because it's going to help them learn. So before I got on this entrepreneur journey, I never saw myself as an author or even an entrepreneur because like you, Ryan, my family are just workers. They just work. So when I first come out talking about, oh, I'm going to write a book or I'm a co-author a book, I'm going to do this, I'm like, wait, how you know? So I'm like, okay. So a lot of people, they just found out as I put it out. I only told my close family about the book. And they're like, wow, she wrote a book? Well, I'm like, yeah, I co-authored a book with my friend. So just like you said, there are so many different opportunities out there. And we have to change our mindset. Just like you said, mind over money. We need to change it. It's more than one way to make money. And I heard you somewhere today, I think it was your live on your personal page where you said this that stood out to me. You have to think about how, wait a minute, you said something about it's more ways to make money and you have to learn the art of selling. Want to make money, you need to learn how to sell. And I said, you know what? That's the number one thing that we run away from.
Exactly.
is selling. And that's the thing we need to run to. It's not anything wrong with selling. I don't know what the taboo is about selling. It's not anything wrong with it, because everywhere we go, whether we're in our car driving, we see bulletin boards, we see marquees with signs on it, even the gas station. Everybody's trying to draw your attention for their product. Even when we go in the grocery store, we're seeing this price is $2.59. Oh, my price is $2.49.
Exactly.
That's selling.
Exactly.
So everywhere, and we're buying into it. Why not do that for ourselves, and then can finally make a passion? You can make your passion your income. So right now I'm in the forefront of doing that, making my passion my forefront, and it's a joy going to work. Right now, although I have to work 10 times harder at it, but it's so worth it, because at the end of the day, I know I'm doing something that, number one, I can make a difference, and number two, I love. And even when times are bad, I'm still have the drive to do it, because I have a passion for it. Everybody have a passion for something. Whatever that is, you need to figure it out and monetize it, because you can. Mm-hmm. And it's so, man, look at this. Laptop, cell phones. Everybody have a cell phone, no matter what income bracket you in. Everybody have a cell phone. Even the government gives certain people in certain brackets a free cell phone with internet.
Yep.
Facebook Live, Instagram, YouTube, free. You love to cook, go in the kitchen, cook. I heard you say that. Yep. Go in the kitchen, cook. You want to do hair? And you know we love getting our hair done. Exactly. Turn on the camera while you're doing somebody's hair. So, I mean, it's so many ways you can make money. Use eBay to resell stuff. Go in Goodwill, buy something for 10, 15, 20 cents and resell it for $5. You done quadruple 1,000 times your bottom line. Mm-hmm. So it's so many different ways we can make money. We got to change our mindset, like Ryan said. We need to shift it, because we've been conditioned to think the only way you can make money if I go clock in at somebody else's job and say, can I take my vacation time off? We can't even take your vacation when you want.
Right.
You earn the time, and then you got to go in and say, can I take my vacation? Well, then if you work for yourself, you don't have to ask. You can take it when you want to.
Right. and so what that's very great information, Tina. And with Ryan, what I want to ask you is, in your book, you talk about time management. Mm-hmm. How do you manage your time now versus before?
I manage it completely different. You know, I honestly don't watch TV like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't watch sporting events like that. You know, I watch the game, I watch the Eagles or whatever, but I won't sit and watch a whole football game. I won't sit and watch a whole NBA game. Like, the way I manage my time is just so much different. Like, honestly, like, I cut the TV off, I'll pick a book up. You know what I mean? Like, when I was working 9 to 5, I didn't read at all. Honestly, like, once I got off the way my life was, I'll, work, I got up 6 a.m, left out by 7. It was an hour commute, 8 o'clock to 4:30, get home by 5:36, gotta pick my daughter up, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Dinner time, homework time, you watch, some loving hip hop or, whatever show's on, and then you go to sleep. And then, the weekend comes, you know what I mean? I may go out a little bit, spend time with family. And then when Monday morning comes, it's right back at the same schedule. Now when I wake up, number one, I'm running a business, so I don't have any time to waste. Like Tina said, if you're not, you may have some days where you're not making a lot of money. You may have some days, where it's difficult and it's, times is hard. But at the same time, you still love what you do. And with the business, though, if you don't make money, you don't eat. You can't pay your bills. You can't take care of your children. So honestly, I don't have time to waste. So, but yeah, the way I manage my time is like completely different. Like with free time, I don't waste no free time. Friends, a lot of friends that I did have, I don't chill no more. I don't have time to chill. You know what I mean? Like if I got some extra time, some downtime, I may, put a movie on. I may, watch some TV, whatever the case may be. But the majority of my time is definitely productive time, working, reading, building relationships, doing lives like this. You know what I mean? If somebody would have said at 6 o'clock p.m., I want you to come over and chill, I would have said no. I would have said no. You know what I mean? You hit me and say, listen, let's talk about this. We'll talk about your book. We'll talk about business, something productive for our community. Absolutely. I'll be there. No problem. You know what I mean? So the way I manage my time is just completely different.
Right. I agree with you. And like I said, I do more reading now. I have some books. I'm pretty sure you read this one.
Oh yeah.
Dad, Poor Dad. I got the 4 Hour Work Week.
Oh yeah.
I got Good to Great. You know, this is Harvard. This is Florida State University. This is Michigan State. And it ain't cost that much.
Exactly.
You know, it'll take you $70 whatever $1,000.
Show them our economics for our children. The mind over your book is my economics book. That's our economics book. Not That's real life. That's real life skills right there.
Hey, look, he chilling in the suit and everything. Got the GQ pose. He's straight and stuff.
Yeah.
How has your message been responded within the community? What interactions have you gotten?
As far as the book, or just in general?
Yeah. In general, or the book, either or.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been great. You know, it's been overwhelmingly great response. You know, people are just so thankful that, you know, I share great information, that, you know, it's relatable, you know, that it's valuable. And it's, you know, it's just for our community, you know, not to disrespect anybody else or disregard anybody else. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of people, you know, they love it. They love, you know, it's like just having an insider, you know, into the industry, someone to break it down in layman's terms and still, you know, relate to our community. So I mean, the support, you know, and the overall feedback has just been great. You know, for the book, you know, the reviews are on Amazon. Everybody can go on Amazon and look at all the reviews. You know, I think one person, the lowest review, somebody put like a 3-star review, which, you know, I'm not mad, but I think it's like 14 reviews now. Most of them are 5-star. Somebody put 3-star, you know. But yeah, I mean, people love it. A lot of people say, you know, one lady said, you know, I got it for my daughter. I picked it up to read. I just couldn't put it down. You know what I mean? And then my daughter was like, "Where's the book?" And she's like, "I'll give it to you after I'm done." So I've had, you know, a lot of feedback like that. You know, people just saying, you know, great information in the book. You know how valuable. You know, the older people that read it say, you know, every single millennial needs to read this book. You know, needs to recognize the importance of it. So yeah, I mean, I could go all day about the feedback, but yeah, the feedback has been great, and that, you know, that's what makes me feel good because, you know, putting the book out, you don't know what the response is going to be. You know, I never had a book before. I ain't got no PhD. You know what I mean? Like, I have a bachelor's degree, but I ain't nobody special. So I didn't know how the feedback was going to be. But just to get, you know, great overwhelming feedback, you know, just makes me feel good. And, you know, second book coming soon.
Yeah, I was going to ask. But
I love something else you said too. You on so many different platforms now. I can't keep it straight, but I know it was you who said it that stuck out to Brian when you said, and I'm speaking to our community. You said we are balling backwards, and when you said that, that was like a aha. I love the way the words that you use, because in our community, balling is like a positive thing. We're like, yeah, I'm balling, I got to do this, or I have that. So it really sets the tone because it's the language that we use. So when you said that, I'm like, you know what? And for those of you who don't know what he means about saying balling backwards, that means you bought this Gucci bag before you bought you some insurance, some life insurance. Yeah. So perspective on what we put first, and how we sometimes, because we're seeing all this commercials and them just telling us we need this, we need that, you should have this, in order to have that you're going to be happy. But we need to think more decisively and make better decisions when it comes down to finances. We don't have any more excuses. Now, we may have had excuses before, but it's so much information out there. No one is withholding information from us. It's readily available. You don't even have an excuse saying, well, I didn't go to college, or I haven't went to business school. Well, guess what? I haven't either. But you can read, you can, like you said, you can go on to YouTube and follow these different people that are doing positive things that can help you understand business. And you can start by making an investment in yourself by buying his book.
Yes.
Because that
Thank you.
is a catalyst to you're changing your mindset. And what I love about the book is that it's not overdone in the sense of having so many overdone big words that make it feel overwhelming to someone who has no experience in the business platform like myself. Because when Curtis first came home with the book, I'm like, business? I don't know, Curtis. No. But then when he was going over some of the things with me, and then I read a little bit about it, and I started following you a little bit, I was like, wow, this is like one of the first people that's young, that's other than Dr. Boyce Watkins, because I follow him as well, that's making business relevant and making the playing ground even. That someone who has no education whatsoever on business with a person who has all the degrees in education, putting us on the same playing field. We have the same opportunity because we all can understand it. I'm using that book with my kids and also Dr. Boyce Watkins' class on economics. Well, I call it economics, but it's called something else, but I can't remember the name. But yeah, so that's what we're using. We're trying to change that mind frame, because what you're learning in school is not how it is in real life. You have to learn everything all over. Now, if I would have had these tools back in the day when I went to school, it wouldn't have took me this long to realize that I can do a book. You know, it wouldn't have took me that long to build the confidence to take a leap of faith. It wouldn't have took that long. But being around individuals that's trying to do things, or ones who have done it already, it encouraged me. And I'm like, wait a minute. They have a lot of free platforms out there. I'm going to use the free until I make the money to do other stuff.
Yeah.
So we are all on the same level field. And everybody know, you got Amazon. So y'all, if you don't go to his website, go to Amazon.
Yep.
And get that book. It ain't but $20.
Well, yeah, right. I'll spend $20 on something dumb every day. All of it.
Yeah, I mean, drop that combo for the day.
Yeah.
Drop that combo or that movie ticket, and just gonna be able to own the movie theater once you get that education. So stop $20. Come on now.
We want to have the mind frame of supporting each other.
Yes.
Support each other. I bought the book. It was no problem. I said, look, the brother coming on here, he didn't have to. He could be on CNN right now, but hey, he's looking after the little guy. So it's really showing it's not really about him trying to sell a product, but he's trying to get the message to all the people in his reach. And I appreciate that. I said, well, least I could do is buy the book, and hey, it's a double bonus that it's a real good book. I don't have to fake with it. It's real good. And this is where I was at a year and a half ago. I was, I'm working a 9 to 5. I'm like, man, I've been here over 10 years and I don't really see change. I'm doing the same thing. I see the people complain about the same thing. They're getting gray hairs now. I'm starting to get gray hairs now. I said, this got to be something different. So like you said before, social media. I tuned into social media. I said, let me see if I can at least listen to something that can help get me to the next level. And so I followed a few people, and one of them stood out was Dr. Boyce Watkins. And I tell people before, okay, a lot of people was complaining, talk about problems, but Dr. Boyce Watkins also talked about the solution, and he provided the solutions. And I was like, you know what? Let me gravitate more toward him, because I need solutions and stuff. And I talked to one of my good friends at work. I remember the journey. I was like, listen, here's this guy. His name Dr. Boyce Watkins. Oh yeah, I know him. I follow him. I said, really? I said, listen, I'm trying to gain all this information. And he did the course with the digital underground coin investor.
Yeah.
Right. So I joined that group, and I was interacting and everything. And then Lawrence Lawrence, he made me the DU ambassador. So I was helping people out, training them about how to get your Bitcoins. And that's another thing, y'all. Bitcoin, altcoins, don't sleep on that. Get your things wise down. But anyway, back to the story. So I became the digital underground ambassador along with some other people in the group. And then we got invited to the PowerCon in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
So I went from telling my good friend about Dr. Boyce Watkins to being in Atlanta on stage, getting interviewed by him in like a year. You know, so the power, the mindset of if you believe it, it can come to fruition is true. You know, you don't have to be the woe is me person. I can't do nothing. Social media got me all the way to Atlanta, you know, a paid trip, talking to people about my experience and where I come from. So don't give up. You know, you can there's opportunity out there. You just have to take it. What you feel about that, Ryan?
Yeah, that's great. And congratulations to you, man. Seriously, because yeah, I tell people the only person you should be competing with is yourself. That's the only person that's holding you back is yourself. You can do anything you want to do. You just make it happen. You just seen just like that. You just, started following Dr. Watkins, find out who he is or whatever the case may be. A year later, or less than a year later, you getting flown out to an event on stage with him, linking up with his brother and all that, just like that. Social media creates that avenue. But, if you would have, like you said, you could have been, oh, woe was me, I don't know if this is a scam or not. You know what I mean? It sounds good, whatever the case may be. But no, you put it out there. You got yourself out there. And you're seeing that it's paid off. So, yeah, I tell people the only person you should be competing with is yourself. The only person holding you back is yourself. That's why the book is Mind Over Money. It's mind over money because it's all about having the right mindset. If you don't think like an investor, even if you don't have money, even if you don't think about having wealth, you're never going to have wealth because you got to have it in your mind first. You got to, realize that you're balling backwards. You got to see, all right, if you got a Gucci bag, but you don't own any stocks or life insurance, you're balling backwards. But it's all about mindset. It's all about thinking about that. A lot of people, we're just thinking about spending money, spending money on consumer items. It's not cool to talk about, well, we should have life insurance. Life insurance is probably $30, $40 a month, but people will spend $250 a month on cable. You know what I mean? Like the cable's not going to save your children if you pass away, God forbid. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely about, having the right mindset, not holding yourself back and just actually going out and taking action. Because I know you probably come across a lot of people do a lot of talking. People inbox me or hit me up and talking about this idea, this. I'm like, just go out and do it. Go out and do it and execute it. And then you can see, once you have some data, once you can say, I put this out, I put this book out, I put this product out, then you can see, where I went wrong, why I didn't sell a lot, why I didn't execute correctly, what can I double down on, what can I make better. But I don't like anybody that just talks. You got to go out and do it. I put the person that actually goes out and does it, even if you don't have the best idea, even if you don't have the best plan, the best strategy, if you just go out and do something, I put, my money on that person over the person that tries to get the best plan together. But then when it's time to actually do it, they don't do it. They just talk about it. And then a year from now, 2 years from now, they're still talking about what they could have did. And I might just go out and do it. Seriously.
Yeah, it's just like it's like being on the Titanic and you trying to mastermind yourself how to get off. Okay, I could take the raft. No, wait, I could do the ladder, or I could jump swan dive, and that thing's steady going down. The people that get saved are the ones who just do it and get off the boat.
Exactly.
So you can't be that.
Can't be scared to get wet.
No, you can't be scared to get wet, and you're gonna have failure.
Yeah.
I didn't have failures. I didn't have messaging when people don't respond back. Do I let that get me down? No. I just go on to the next opportunity, and I don't even have hard feelings. I'm like, everybody got their time and they manage their time in different ways. I'm not going to dwell at night sitting in the dark to my, I didn't get a chance to talk to this person. Nah.
What? Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Seriously, keep it moving.
Keep it moving. So if you throw mud on the wall, something's going to stick eventually.
Absolutely. And the people that win, the people that you see out there that win a lot, that's because they fail more than most. If someone's out there winning more than you, they probably failing more than you, but they're not scared to fail. So yeah, failure is part of the process. You're going to fail. So if you're scared of failure, just don't jump out there then.
Right. Yeah. And so some of the people, if you're trying to think about mind over money, what can you do? There's a couple things you mentioned in your book. One thing is start an Acorn account. Another thing is open a brokerage account. Another thing, attend offline networking events. Consider purchasing a duplex. Would you like to speak on this? A couple things like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the book, I think I laid out, was it 12 or 10 or
Yeah,
12
well,
actionable items that people can do. And that's like stuff you can do like right now. Like you can start an Acorns account. You can download the app right now. And guess how much the minimum is, guys? It's only $5. Literally $5 is the minimum. And you can be an equity shareholder. You can have shares of stock for just as minimum $5. You can put $5,000 in there if you got it, but at minimum is $5. I do like $5 a day. And you can also do where they do like roundups, whereas though it'll invest your spare change into the investment portfolio. So let's say you buy something that's like $2.40. So it'll take the extra like 60 cents and put it in your Acorns account. And that'll just, keep building up. So every, round up to each like dollar. So you can do that. That money builds up, because what you have to realize is that's not just going into a savings account. A savings account is good. People should have that, an emergency account. But when you put it into an investment account, it's going to grow with interest, and it's going to be compound interest when you keep putting it in on a regular basis. It's going to keep growing, growing, growing. So that's what Acorns does. You can also just open a regular brokerage account where you can just buy shares of stock like a Nike or Apple or Netflix, whatever. And I buy what I use. If I got Polo on, I'm going to buy some Polo stock. If I, go to Walmart, I'm going to see how much Walmart's trading at. So that's just my approach. But yeah, I laid out a lot of different actionable items, because I don't want it to just be, me giving a whole bunch of information. I wanted to give practical strategies that you can take right now, that you can start implementing immediately.
right. So basically, with your book, it's like you glass it right here. Like everybody, a lot of people walking around trying to look cool and everything, but they can't see nothing. And they'll run into something. Oh, I ain't know that was there. Who put that there? You gotta take these glasses, you gotta take that knowledge, put it on, and look and see where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Definitely. Well, Ryan, I don't want to hold you too long. I know time is money, and you manage time, and I was gracious to have you on this platform. And I know me and my wife and all the audience were glad that you were able to take this time. What would you like to say in closing? What would you like to let people know?
So everybody know, you can definitely get a copy of the book. You can definitely go on Amazon. I believe Tina put a link down there. So you can go on Amazon. It's just $19.95, so less than $20. It's on Prime, so you can have it in 2 days if you got Prime. If you don't want to go on Amazon for whatever crazy reason, you can go on my website. Is mindovermoneybook.com. Mindovermoneybook.com. But I just want everybody to just be thinking about, and what I'm talking about in the book, it's not just about learning some new concepts. It's not just about telling yourself, oh, I'm going to start saving more money next month, or I'm going to start doing things differently. It's about literally changing your entire life and living your life from a different perspective, from who you hang out with, from what you do with your free time, from what you do with your money, from how you teach your children. It's a culture, wealth building, financial literacy. All this is a culture. Why do you see, the Jews and the way they are, and owe to them, not disrespect to them, why do you go into Chinatown? You see how the Asians are. Everything's community based. If you really think about it, African Americans are the only ones that really aren't community based. If you really think about it, white people, community based, Asians, Arabs, Indians, Jews, every other community is really community based. But with us, we all live separately, we work separately, you know what I mean? And even when we do, get compensated for working, what do we do with our money? We don't even put it back into our own community. We spend it outside the community. So wealth building, financial literacy, it has to be a culture. It has to be start with your family. It has to be community based. And that's the way, the ultimate goal is generational wealth. So that's what we should be focusing on. And we have to realize that most wealth is generational. Most of us, we probably won't see, the big fortunes in our lifetime. And we got to be okay with that. But we got to be able to set our children up for that, and also give them information, because 80% of generational wealth is lost within the next generation, because people aren't training their kids, properly. But that's another discussion. But the ultimate goal was definitely generational wealth. And we have the opportunity. There's no excuses.
Right. I definitely agree with that. And put down Netflix and chill and pick up a book and deal. Yeah, that's a good slogan. I might trademark that. But yeah, knowledge is everything. And Ryan, when you make it update celebrity status and stuff like that, just remember me down here, and
I
and
got you. I got you for real. I got you.
yeah, and hopefully this won't be the last interaction we have. Maybe
No.
come on here again and tell us what's going on, or maybe we could do a panelist together with somewhere else and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just let me know, man. Just let me know. Inbox me or email me, whatever the case may be. Absolutely. Let's make it happen.
Okay. Well, audience, I appreciate your time and patience. I know y'all live a busy life, but you took the time to sit back and watch, and we appreciate you. Ryan, you're the host, so I think you're gonna have to end the meeting.
Okay.
And everybody else, bye, take care, and we'll see you next time.